coming your way with our mental health show. And as I mentioned earlier, today we're going to look at finding a purpose in life. Last week we looked at setting meaningful goals, and today we're looking at finding a purpose in life. So, as always, let me remind you we are live on Facebook, Fila FM 89.3, and also on TikTok, Akosia Fila, and then 89.3 Fila FM also on TikTok. Join us, like the page, follow the page as well, and also like the video as well. So, joining me this morning to discuss finding a purpose in life, I have Barnabas Atangongo here with me. Barnabas, good morning.
Good morning, AKB.
Nampachet saying.
Nyame adom me hoye. Na onzo
Adom na ne cry mu.
Yes.
Enso e de nyame ase pa. Okay, enti no finding a purpose. And the omeja ha nyina de abo.
Me a lone ranger ene. Me bo corners ni nyina.
Yo, Mate. So finding a purpose in life. So when we say finding a purpose in life, what does that really mean?
Okay. Thank you very much, and good morning to our listeners. Just as AKB mentioned, I think we started with setting up meaningful goals. Now today we are talking about finding a purpose in life. So just a little explanation on, for instance, when we talk about goals are things that normally we want to achieve as individuals. And when we talk about purpose normally focuses on deep meaning of things that really gives us a sense of direction. So if you have a deep sense of meaning within you, that deep sense of meaning is able to give you a sense of direction. That is what we mean by purpose. So a goal is something that you want to achieve, and a purpose is you having that deep sense of meaning, and that deep sense of meaning gives you a sense of direction. An example is people that go to sea. Normally when people are on the sea, they use compass to help them navigate their way. So when you talk about purpose and goal, the purpose is the compass that you are holding, and the goal is where you want to reach to. So your destination on the sea. So you realize that without the compass, you will get lost on the ocean. You will not be able to arrive at your destination. So as purpose is something that helps you to direct your path to the destination, or to be able to achieve your goal. Let's look at another scenario. So for instance, someone can be a lawyer, and because that person is a lawyer, maybe that person became a lawyer because the family or people around him or her wanted the person to become a lawyer. And you realize that even though this person has become a lawyer, this person really feels empty. But there's another person like Kawawa who wants to become a teacher. And they want to become a teacher not because of the money that is involved. Already we know teachers are not being paid that much. So they are going there because they feel that they want to help other people. So between these two people, the person who became a lawyer because others wanted him or her to become a lawyer, and the person who became a teacher because he has that satisfaction, he has that joy to help other people. You realize that the person that became a teacher, even though the money is not that good, the person is going to live a happy life and live a meaningful life than the person who became a lawyer because that person was just pushed by others to find themselves in that particular profession. Okay. So that is how finding purpose is, or that is how the purpose of our life is. So it is the bigger thing of which becomes a driver of every activity that you do. So every goal that you do, every profession that you do, what is the bigger sense of meaning? What implication does it have in you? So when we talk about purpose in life, you are looking at the deeper sense and meaning that you have in you. And when you look at the goal is just an achievement, something that you want to achieve. Sometimes people also misconstrue success to also kind of mean purpose in life. Normally when we look at success are things that we normally find it to be externally spread or externally showed. So, for instance, an example is that if you are rich, people see it and admire that you are rich. But even though people see you and admire that you are rich, when you go to the house, are you happy within the situation that you find yourself? Do you feel okay? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel satisfied with the life that you've lived till that particular period? So you realize that success is just people that things that people see externally. But when we talk about purpose in life, it is something that we feel internally. So with that one, no one will feel your purpose in life for you. You are the only person that can feel your purpose in life. You are the only person that can sense it. So purpose in life becomes an internal thing that we experience. And also with sometimes when we talk about people finding purpose in life, a lot of people think that they are isolated. They are the only ones that have not been able to identify their purpose well. For instance, to live longer. What it means is that if you know that there are these things that I do that gives me satisfaction, that gives me contempt in life, you just have to just do them and you will be okay in your life. But compared to someone who doesn't know their purpose in life, they are going to be hovering around doing a lot of things that those things are sometimes going to drain them, sometimes going to expose them to some form of severe risks. That all becomes an implications of other conditions or the development or risk factors of other conditions developing. So that is why when we say they've identified that people that know their purpose in life, they tend to live longer than people who doesn't know their purpose in life. Also, individuals that knows their purpose in life have been identified to have good positive health outcomes. So for them, you really see them living a healthy life, you see them living a happy life, you see them having a joyful life, and that replicates in their strength, that replicates in their physical health. So you normally see them healthy, seeing them doing all sort of things, and you are wondering why this person is able to gather all this energy within the world that everyone is complaining, everyone is having issues day in and day out. Then the next thing is that, and this is an interesting one, people that have a purpose in life tends to be more wealthy. So if you want to also be wealthy, you have to also be able to find your purpose in life. And one of the reasons are that sometimes if you know that I can do this and I'll get that sense of satisfaction, I can do this thing and I'll get that sense of contempt, the money might not be that much, but you feeling that wealthy is within you. Because someone can have lots of money, but the person will not still feel that they are wealthy. So it also boils down to our mindset when it comes to these kind of things in that regard. So it's very important that you realize that if you know your purpose in life, it's going to help you to live longer, it's going to help you to improve your health, or you are going to have healthy life, and it's also going to help you to become wealthy as an individual, because you know the direction in which you can follow to make you feel fulfilled and make you feel happy. So when we talk about purpose in life, what I want our listeners to know is that it is when you have this sense of meaning, and that meaning is able to give you direction as to the things that you have to do in your life as an individual. So AKB, that is what we mean by purpose in life, or finding your purpose in life.
Okay. Thank you very much, Barnabas. So then, why do many people feel lost? Maybe they feel empty, they are confused about their purpose, even when life seems okay for them.
Okay. So this is a very interesting thing, and it's something that a lot of people are really battling with. A lot of people normally contemplate about within their own self. But I want to first say that if you are feeling lost, or if you are feeling lost and you've not actually identified your purpose in life, that does not mean that something is wrong with you.
Okay.
A lot of the time, people who have not really identified their purpose in life, some of them think that something is wrong with them because they feel like other people are living their life and they have not really figured out whatever that they want to do, so there is something wrong with them. You should know that there is nothing wrong with you, and it's a process. But we are going to explain some of the reasons why possibly people feel this way. One of the reasons why it does not mean that that same thing is something that should be done for you. You can work your way towards achieving that particular thing, but it's time. So we have to learn not to compare ourselves to others, our journey to others, because life is a journey that we are all living. Some people will reach their destination within the shortest possible time.
Sure.
Some people will take time to reach there. So if you are living your life, we should limit the way we are comparing ourselves to other people. And normally, when we make comparison and it becomes an issue for us, it becomes an issue because we are looking down upon ourselves. Anytime that you compare yourself to someone and you feel that, oh, for this person, I think I'm living better than the person, you are going to become happy. It's normally the other way around. When you rather see yourself, you belittle yourself, you see yourself to be low, that is when the mental health issues now begins to crop in or begins to pop up. So we should know that this journey that we are living, we shouldn't be mostly focused on comparing ourselves to others. So if you have your sense of purpose, what makes you happy, what makes you content, what makes you fulfilled is different from what will make me also content or what makes me fulfilled. So for me, for instance, sometimes if I just get a nice food that I urge or I feel like eating, I'm okay with life. I don't need anything again. But maybe you might need something different. So if you see me maybe enjoying my nice food with maybe some salad sprinkled on it and other things, do not try to compare yourself to that, because for me, maybe that is all that I want in life. You want other things in life. So we should learn to focus on the things that really gives us the happiness that we need, the fulfillment that we need within ourselves as individuals, and not compare ourselves to other people. The next thing that I will talk about when it comes to the reason why people become confused, sometimes lost about their purpose in life, is that sometimes people also begin to suppress their true interests and emotions.
Okay.
So for an individual to be able to create that purpose in life, you need to be able to know your interests and your emotions. Sometimes our emotions talks to us a lot. So for instance, there are people that when they help other individuals, they feel very good about it. So to you, it may mean that your purpose might be geared towards you helping other individuals. So the help for a teacher, it can be helping young people to be able to read, and that person feels very happy about themselves. For another person in the same of helping, it can be maybe helping someone take care of their medical bills, to be able to pay their medical bills and those things, and the person feels very happy and very content about that. So we should know these kind of emotions, and normally when we do these kind of things, we normally sense certain emotions. You are going to feel joy, you are going to feel happy. So as an individual, you have to identify some of these emotions. When you do the particular activities, when you do something, try to identify the emotions that you experience. After doing it, did I feel okay? Did I feel happy? Did I feel satisfied? If you feel okay, you feel happy, you feel satisfied, it means that probably this is something that your body is yearning for. And that is something that you can continue to do. And that is also tied to our interests. So realize that things that you are interested in, the more you do them, the more you feel happy about it, the more you feel contempt about it, the more you feel satisfied. But because sometimes people fear that other people will judge them, sometimes they may not fit into a particular group that they find themselves, sometimes they are also thinking that other people may find it unacceptable, they rather suppress their own interests and emotions and try to live like a lie kind of life to impress other people. So if you are someone that suppresses your interests and emotions,
Joe Impre.
and so if you are that kind of person, you should know that you are always going to find yourself at a place where possibly you are going to be confused about your purpose in life. You are going to sometimes feel empty, you are going to feel lost about your purpose in life, because you've suppressed your own emotions for other people to benefit or other people to enjoy. And the last thing that I'll add, when it comes to why people sometimes feel confused about their purpose in life, they feel lost and empty about their purpose in life, is that sometimes, unfortunately, they feel that it's very unbearable. But
And sometimes you sit there, you think, oh, it's a good thing, it's a lucrative something. So why is this person leaving?
So the person who, you see, after you do all these things, normally when you go back to the house, sometimes people feel very drained, and you imagine you going to be doing a particular work that you feel very drained every day for the rest of the 30 years of your life. How is it going to be for you? So even within the health field, where sometimes people compare it to be much lucrative than maybe teaching, there are people that have left the health field to go into teaching because they don't enjoy doing it. Sometimes
that's job satisfaction. No, it's not
yes,
there.
it's not there.
Yeah.
And it drains them. When they finish their shift or work and they go back to the house, they feel more exhausted than they began, and they don't have any joy or any satisfaction within it. So the little thing left for them now is to just leave the job and find something that they can fit themselves their world to do.
Okay, so looking at self-awareness,
Okay.
let's look at how it helps in discovering oneself
Okay.
or one's life in purpose.
Yeah. So when we talk about self-awareness, it's a very key thing in any individual identifying their purpose in life. So when you talk about self-awareness, what it means is that you are understanding your inner world, your interests, emotions, motivations, strengths, and limits. So if you understand your emotions, strengths, motivations, and limits, it means that you are self-aware. So that means that you know certain things that are good for you, certain things that you are capable of doing, certain things that you cannot do. That means that you are self-aware. And if you know this, it means that you've been able to even achieve much of the work in terms of you identifying your purpose in life. And the way it works is that if you know that these are the things that motivates me, it has a way of, one, for instance, it will help you to become happy about the things that you are going to do. Okay, so if we are looking at self-awareness, the way we can use it to identify our purpose in life is that you have to first of all identify what energizes you.
Okay.
So what is that particular thing in your life that when you do, you feel more happy, you feel that strength to carry on, to forge on, to still do certain things. So when you identify that particular thing that energizes you, then it means that that is something that self-awareness is helping you to identify that. Because if you are not self-aware, you will not be able to identify those things that energizes you. So for instance, a teacher can feel tired after a long day, but becomes excited when mentoring struggling students. Okay, so sometimes the teacher becomes tired and other things. Sometimes we even have teachers doing those times. The person will tell you, I'm tired and other things. But the moment you approach this person that, oh, I don't understand this particular thing, can you help me with it? The person can spend another 1 hour with you trying to talk for you, to explaining over and over again for you to understand. There is someone that has identified possibly what energizes them. Even though they are tired, they are still able to carry on to do whatever thing that they feel fulfilled in. So that means that that particular sense of helping students that are struggling or helping people that are struggling is something that energizes them as an individual. Okay. So you have to identify one particular thing or things that energizes you, and that is how self-awareness can help you. The next thing is the decision in your life. It means that at least you are self-aware of those principles, and once you are self-aware, it helps you to know the things that are also going to make you happy in life. So if you are associating yourself to someone that is not loyal because you value loyalty, you are not going to really go closer to that person, because you need loyal people to come around you so that disloyal person doesn't come into your circle to cause you a lot of disappointment. Okay. So you identifying your values that guides your decision is also another key thing that we have to know, and also helps us to identify some of these things. So if you look at how self-awareness operates and also influences our purpose in life, as we said, it helps you identify your values that will guide your decisions. It will also help you identify what drains you, and it also help you identify the things that energizes you. So once you identify these things, it means that you have to create your purpose in life surrounding these kind of things. AKB.
All right, that is great. We now know how self-awareness can help us discover our life's purpose. So let's look at the role. We all have gone through challenges.
Yeah.
We all have some experiences
Sure.
in certain things and even pain in other things. So let's look at how the role that all these things, talking about experiences, pain, and also challenges, how they play in shaping our purpose.
Sure. So we realize that just as you said, we've all gone through certain challenges, certain things in our life. If we all sit back to consider the things that we've gone through, we are going to realize that one way or the other, the things that we've experienced within our past has shaped whatever things that we are doing currently.
Yeah.
So, for instance, there was someone that, because of something that happened in their life, the way someone showed the person certain attitude, or the way someone helped that particular person, and it's at their back. So some people went through some of these things, and because of these difficulties that they went through, they were able to develop or identify their passion. That their passion is to help people. Their passion is to make sure that they make money and also make people live a normal life. Okay, so some of these things that happens, these are difficulties that are going to happen in people's life, and because of that, the person has identified that they have the passion to help. They have the passion to teach other people. They have the passion to support other people who are in need. So there are going to be difficulties that we are going to experience that are going to actually help us. Sometimes even for someone being a lawyer, it can be that difficulty that they went through, someone bullying them. Because of that, the person now wants to become a lawyer and defend the right of other people. Another person can tend to become a security officer to prevent others from bullying other people because of their own bully that they went through. So difficulties that we go through in our life sometimes has a way of helping us to shape and create our purpose in life. Then the next thing that I'll add is that when we say when we look at purpose in life, there's a statement that purpose is not despite your pain. It is often because of it. So we shouldn't say the purpose that we created is not because of our pain.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it is because of the pain that we went through. And for a lot of people to really sit back and reflect, a lot of us, we are lazy. Yes. When we are enjoying things, we barely sit down to reflect about how we can help ourselves to continue enjoying these things. It is when we realize that we are going through suffering, that is when we will sit back and say, oh, so what did I even do wrong? How did I even put these things in the wrong way and it landed me here? So some of us, that is how it is supposed to push us to think. And a typical example is that a lot of people, a lot of us, the moment we get money, everything is okay.
It's a different story altogether.
We just spend it the way we want.
We even forget that we've gone through hardship before.
That is it. And we just use the money the way we want. The moment you realize that, hey, see, can I have 200 cedis or the way we are someone have to me. That is when we begin to sit back to reflect, to know that, oh, I shouldn't have done this. I should have rather focused on this. I should have rather do this. So with the purpose in life, the things that we experience within our past period, the things that we experience way before, they have a way of shaping us. And it is because this is happening because for some of us, it is the pain that will force us to be able to sit down and think. Without the pain, you will not think. So sometimes we have to embrace these things, and whilst we are thinking and reflecting over it, we make sure that we are using it to our own benefit to help us to actually develop and create that sense of purpose. And I want to also add that even though we are talking about finding the purpose in life, we should also know that most of the time we actually create our own purpose in life. And I say create because if you identify the things that you are interested in, you identify your motivations, you identify your strength, now you know the things that will make you fulfilled, you know the things that will make you satisfied. So from there you begin to put measures in place to make sure that you are having that satisfaction, that deep sense of meaning that you want in life. So in that sense, we are rather creating it, not just it's like it's at a particular place and you just go and pick it and put it in your pocket. But we are creating it by ourselves. So AKB, these are some of the ways that sometimes, unfortunately, the difficult things that we experience in our past also helps us to shape our purpose in life.
Okay. Amina, that Major said that AKB, I'm also here. When I was introducing you, that Barnabas is here. He says, I'm also here.
You are not here.
You are here in spirit. He's here in spirit.
You are not here physically.
And Amina says, good morning, AKB and my mentors. Today is your mentor. Your other mentor didn't come. And she goes on to say, experience and pain are true catalysts to identifying our purpose. Thank you so much, Amina. So as we continue with our discussion, let's can you take us through the practical steps that someone can take to begin discovering or redefining their purpose? Because if you don't know how to even define or identify your purpose, Krana, then how do you even go about it here?
Yeah. So this is a very important part about all that we are talking about. So there are proven steps that can help you to either discover your purpose in life, or it will help you to redefine your purpose in life. Perhaps your purpose in life is tied to someone's happiness. So in that sense, if you are someone that your purpose in life is tied to a particular person's expectation, so for you redefine your purpose in life. There are others that are kind of confused, that are actually lost about where they are heading to. Then they will be able to discover their purpose in life. The first key thing that I will talk about is to reflect. Reflection, others say self-introspection, looking inwards to identify things that are meaningful to you. There are people that, for instance, live by certain principles. As individuals as we are, all of us, we have to be able to find certain principles that we live by. Either than that, for you, anything just blows you around. So you have to have a sense of principles that you live by, and you will be able to achieve this through self-reflection. So self-reflection is about asking yourself meaningful questions about your values and your passion. So you can ask yourself about what activities make me lose track of time. For instance, what problems do I feel drawn to solve? If you are asking yourself these kind of questions, they are making you think about things that are much attached to you, things that are much closer to you, things that can give you some sense of satisfaction or some sense of joy. You can also even ask yourself, what would I still to now look at myself and see how best I can really put or strategize myself, not to make sure that I'm repeating the That becomes very distracting to people. So sometimes we just have to listen, and if you listen a little enough, you may be able to identify your purpose in life. Sometimes some people even realize our purpose in life even more than us, because there are some people that you realize that, oh, you've been with this particular person, and you realize that normally if there is an issue, they are always eager and they want to solve that particular issue. Until they solve that particular issue, they are not okay, but the moment they find a solution to it, they are okay with it. So the person might tell you that, oh, I've been seeing that you normally, when there's an issue, you are eager, you want to solve that particular issue. Perhaps if you pay attention to that person, that is your purpose in life. That is the direction that you have to follow. And when you listen to these things, you juxtapose it between the things that also makes you happy, the things that also makes you feel satisfied and fulfilled. And sometimes the word is contempt. Contempt about whatever that you have.
Being content is another thing.
It's a very important thing here. And normally, if you have a sense of purpose in life, you are always going to be content about the things that you do, because you are going to focus on the channel of things that makes you motivated, things that makes you feel good about yourself. So sometimes when we listen a little enough, it can also help put us on our sense of purpose, or it can help us to create our sense of purpose. And I think the last thing that I will add is that you can also seek guidance. sometimes you cannot do everything. You cannot do all by yourself.
Yeah.
So the guidance can be you seeing a counselor, you seeing a psychologist, for them to help you to identify things that motivates you, things that you value. Sometimes people have difficulty identifying all these things. It boils down to people being self-aware. Some people have difficulty even identifying their strengths, their weakness, their interests, the things that disrupt their emotions, the things that disrupt their day. So if you realize that you're having difficulty identifying or doing some of these things, it's simple. You can seek for guidance. Sometimes the guidance can even be a spiritual guidance. There are people, a lot of people now living on this earth, that they don't really know their spiritual sense of purpose, and people are contemplating whether there is God, and if there is God, why is it that wars are happening? Why is it that people are dying? Why is it that these things are happening? And these are things that worries a lot of people. So for you, your guidance might be seeing an imam, or seeing a pastor, or seeing your spiritual leader to help you in that direction. But if it's a general sense of purpose, sometimes having difficulty about things that makes you happy, your joy, things that gives you joy, things that gives you satisfaction, you can rely on the mental health professionals, and we can help you in that regard. So if you want to identify or redefine your purpose in life, we are saying that you should reflect on yourself, you should explore on other things, try new things, you should also serve, then you should also listen a little bit enough. And if you do all these things and you are still having difficulty, you can seek for guidance, and we can help you to discover or redefine your purpose in life. UKB.
Okay, so reflect, explore,
listen,
and then serve. Okay, and if all these fail, you seek help, right?
Yes.
That's fine. All right. So Major says that on this mental health show our pundits. Okay, no, there's one already. Okay, so that's the first one. On this mental health show, our pundits are not just experts, they are purpose-driven beacons, tirelessly promoting wellness for every listener and viewer tuning in. Finding your purpose in life, it is no elusive quest. It is rising each day to ask, how can I heal, uplift, and restore? Like our pundits modeling the way by sharing tools, shattering stigma, and sparking hope across homes and hearts. Our purpose here is to be translators and a bridge builders. The world of mental health is filled with complex terms and private struggles, and our job is to plant that knowledge firmly in the soil of every life. Then he goes on to say, our deeper purpose is to gently dismantle the idea that mental health is a distant clinical concept for other people. It is the weather system of our inner world. Everyone has one. Some days are sunny, some are stormy, and sometimes a season just gets stuck. By talking about it calmly, regularly here on Fila FM, we're doing something radical. Thus, we are normalizing the human experience in all its complexity. We are turning down the volume on stigma simply by having the conversation out loud. Thank you, AKB and Fila FM, for this opportunity. Tamale is forever grateful for this program. The mental health team is here to serve and help promote mental health. Good job done, Cobra Barnabas. Cobra Barnabas. Okay, so Dauda Hamza says, Senior Barnabas, keep it up. And he goes on to say, you people are doing good in the aspect of mental health. Fila FM is the station. Thanks so much to you all, especially Major Dauda, Amina, for your contributions as well. So to continue to final one, let's look at how one can live purposefully even without having figured out yet what the purpose is.
Okay,
you've not figured out your purpose, but how can you still live
a purposeful
purposefully?
life. Okay, so in your normal work of life, if you realize that you showing people kindness is something that gives you joy, continue doing it. Don't say that I want to figure out everything before I begin to show people kindness. If you are someone that you manning up and being very responsible is something that makes you feel happy about yourself, start doing it. Don't say I want to get everything in place, I want to get all the money in place before I begin to start becoming responsible. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
You have to start. So once you identify a little thing that makes you feel happy, feel satisfied, feel that joy in your life, start from there. Do it little by little, and as you continue to do, you are going to continue to unfold other things, other areas, other motivations, other interests that makes you have that sense of purpose in life.
Yeah.
So AKB, we should know that this is not something that we should strive for perfection, but we should just only strive for an alignment. So we should focus on an alignment, which is our interests, our motivations, things that motivates us, things that makes us satisfied, just continuing making us satisfied.
Sure.
And not hope that everything will be perfect and you will just feel satisfied completely and
No.
nothing else will happen. So we should start small. Once you identify that this makes me satisfied, this makes me carry on, this makes me content, you should start from there, and that has a way of rather unfolding other areas for you to continue to become satisfied and feel content about your life. So AKB, that is how we can figure some of these things out. So I will end here for today.
Thank you so much. You've really digested our topic very, very well. Finding a purpose in life. The year has just begun, right?
Sure.
And quite trivia, we're still in the first month in January. January hasn't ended yet. So after setting meaningful goals, you can still find your purpose in life and lead a purposeful life that would give you that satisfaction. So that was Barnabas taking us through living or finding a purposeful life. So Barnabas, let's hear your final words before we go.
Okay, so I just want to encourage our listeners that these are things that are achievable, and when we begin to practice these things, these are things that people have had that sense and they are living that kind of life. So it can help you to really feel fulfilled, really feel content about your life. As I said earlier on, if you are someone that is having difficulty actually achieving this, there are mental health professionals around. We are lucky this time. Central Hospital, West Hospital, TTH, and other health facilities around. You can approach them and they can help you put your perspective in your purpose in life into perspective. Sometimes people think that when we say mental health, it's only the medication that we provide. No. Sometimes people just come and we just talk and they stand up and go to the house.
Of course.
So you can just come, and whatever that it is, we can help you with it. I want to end here and say a good morning to my in charge, Mama Yvonne, back at West Hospital. They are always supporting us to do or bring this wonderful conversation to the people of Tamale. I want to also say a good morning to my colleagues back at West Hospital and my HR, Madam Getty. She has been a good listener of this program and Fila
Sure.
FM in general. So I say good morning to her as well. And since today Captain is not here, let me also take the opportunity to thank Fila FM for the opportunity that you've actually been providing us. It's not every place that we can get this opportunity, and we are happy that you are giving us this opportunity to educate the people of Tamale and to help them to live a meaningful and a life that can be more fulfilling to all of us. Since the senior Cobra has greeted me, I'm not greeting him. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and thanks to our listeners as well.
Okay, many thanks to you, Barnabas, for joining us this morning to enlighten us on how to find a purpose, to live a purposeful life. I believe that we will all do that. So it has been your mental health show on Fila FM 89.3. A very big thanks to you out there for doing the listening, all our viewers on Facebook and also on TikTok. We really appreciate your time. Many thanks to Major Nana Kwejo and also Amina. Even though you are not here, but you are still with us via Facebook in spirit and via Facebook as well. Dauda Hamza, wherever you are, thank you also for your contribution. All those who watched but couldn't contribute, trust me, we appreciate your time a lot. So this is where we end the mental health show. I've been talking to Barnabas at Tangongo inside Tamale West Hospital. Kumsin Matthew was the reason we went to Facebook live. My name is Akusia Kwatma Boachi AKB. Quickly, we have got to join the nation's capital for the discussion segment. It is by kind courtesy DBS Industries. We will be right back. Bye-bye.
Na empis no no kasa obi o ha eyi no tumi ko be edu to ko be edu 1 week